Chapter 7 Conservation of Plants and Animals. We are doing the Biosphere Reserve, and in this we will understand more about what is a Biosphere Reserve. And there is a, in your books there is a map given. This is a Biosphere Reserve, Panchmadi Biosphere Reserve, where there are some names mentioned, and this is a map which is showing that it is having different areas. It is a biosphere reserve, and in the previous class we understood that this is bigger and a sanctuary is small. So this is small. A biosphere reserve may have this also inside and this also inside. In this map we are seeing that there is a sanctuary, green, then there is a national park, and there is a sanctuary, and this is showing that this is completely a biosphere reserve. So you can see that a biosphere reserve is including a sanctuary, a national park. It is a very big area. Okay, so this portion is described in this map. Now let's see more what is given in the book, and let's understand. Biosphere reserves are the areas, underline this. This is the explanation. They are areas meant for conservation of biodiversity, which means the living components of the environment. Biodiversity means the variety of plants and animals and microorganisms. So in the previous class, I had explained what is biodiversity, and how it is threatened by cutting of trees. In this chapter, we are reading that how do you conserve the biodiversity, how do you protect the trees and the animals. So in this chapter, you are understanding both the parts. So here it is describing that biodiversity is variety of plants, animals and microorganisms. Three components are there. We will not say that there are only trees or there are animals, but there are microorganisms also, and all the three are found along with non-living things. These are all living things, components of biodiversity. A biosphere reserve helps to maintain biodiversity and culture of that area. What is the meaning that a biosphere reserve helps to maintain biodiversity and culture of the area? If you understand from this map, here it is showing a big area, and this is a protected area as it is given here. The Pachmari Biosphere Reserve contains one national park, Satpura, and two sanctuaries named Bori and this. So there may be different reserves around you. So how does it protect? It protects trees, it protects animals, but how does it protect the culture? So this area will not have only trees and animals. This is there is a gate. You are seeing from the map, it is clear that there is a reservoir, there is a sanctuary. Now this is an area where there will be more trees, and since the animals are protected, if you compare this to your land, the area or your city where you are living, then there may be different components of the city. So there will be a boundary of the city, there will be middle part of the city, there may be road and this all. So in this area, maybe outside this there will be some cities, but in this area people who are living in the forest, because a huge area cannot be left only for animals. So there are people who are living in the forest, they are called the tribals. So they live in this area and they continue to live, and they are not allowed to leave the place. So whatever is their tradition and culture, that is not changed. So therefore animals are directly, we can say, friends of these tribals, and they are continuously protecting them. They live with them, and they take their food and maybe the wood from the trees, and they use it. Outsiders are not allowed. If they are allowed, then they are strictly checked for doing any changes. So this is a big area, and you can note down from your protected areas in your district, in your state, and in your country, and write down the names. So one of the name is given here. So a biosphere reserve is a big area which may include the three things. So biosphere reserve may include the above two parts, and it is itself big, which is explained from this graph. So biosphere reserve will be called a bigger area, then lesser than is the national park, and lesser than is the wildlife sanctuary. And what will be lesser than a sanctuary? It could be it could be the areas which may be called a we can say zoos. They are small, they are big areas, but they are where the boundaries are there and people just go and visit, and it is having artificially made, so it is very small area. Now let's come to more about the biosphere reserves. And in a biosphere reserve, these two things are generally protected. So flora and fauna. Flora, the word means it is derived from, you can say, flowers, and fauna is the animals. So here the green wealth of the forest, they are very happy. So this is a description that children are going to the forest and they are happy to see all the trees and the animals inside. They find rabbit and want to catch. She starts running and then stops. So he explained that animals are comfortable and happy if they live on their own, and we should not disturb them. So if you go into uh, a sanctuary, if you go inside a national park, then you are not allowed to touch the animals. Some animals and plants typically along in a particular area, they are found and are called flora. The plants are the flora, and animals are the fauna. So what is the meaning of flora? Flora means the plants who are found in a particular area, and fauna are the animals who are found. That is why it is given flora and fauna. So here there are in your books some pictures given. These are name of some animals which are found in this reserve, which is given in the book. So if you find details of on the net, you will see that every biosphere reserve will have different plants, different type of animals, different type of smaller animals and trees in an area. These six which are given in the book, they are found in this Pachmadi Biosphere Reserve. So you will get the name of all animals and trees which are found in a particular area. Now when these animals and trees are found in an area, then they have to be protected, because they people will go and they may harm them. So therefore, next topic is, soon the children, which is actually are describing a story. The children are surprised to see a very big squirrel. So this squirrel has a big tail, and they are curious to know what is it. So they are told that this is the giant squirrel, and this is shown its picture. If you search on the net, you will get the image of this more clearly. So what is a giant squirrel? It is a squirrel which you will not found in the cities or around you. There are some animals who are found in a particular area, and that is the endemic. So underline this part of the book. Endemic species are the species of plants and animals which are found exclusively in a particular area. They are not found anywhere. And a particular type of animal may be endemic. So endemic means the plant or the animal who is found in a particular area only. They are not found in any other area. If you take this animal from that place to some other country, then they may have problem in living. Sal and wild mango are two examples. They are two examples of endemic flora of the biosphere. Again, so this the pictures which are shown in the book, these pictures are of the trees and the animals who are found in the Pachmukhi Reserve. So there are names of the animals and the birds which are given according to one Pachmari Biosphere Reserve. Indian giant squirrel, flying squirrel, these are names. They are the endemic fauna of this. They are exclusively found in one area. The destruction of their habitat. Now it is a point that if you start killing the trees and the animals, then the habitat of the animal is affected, and more people start living in that area, and the introduction of new species may affect the natural habitat of endemic species and endanger their existence. So you will see that these species are found and they are living in a particular area. If people start entering there, they will affect their habitat and these species may get extinct. So therefore, the species which are found in a particular area, its definition is here. It is a group of population. Now species can be plants, the species can be animals, and even species of humans. So they are a group of population which are capable of interbreeding. So you will say human species, you will say plant species, you will say animal species. The members of a species can reproduce offspring only with the members of their type. Like animal species will reproduce with the animals of their own type. If you take example of this wild mango, then this wild mango is found and it will be able to produce a new wild mango by pollination with the similar type of mango. If another mango is used, then it may not reproduce. So that is the meaning of species. So this is a definition you can mark. So there are some endemic species which will definitely be found in a particular area around you. So if you are living in a particular state or in a district in northern India or southern India or any part of the country or the world, you will see that there are some animals who are found exclusively in that area because they are adapted to that environment. If you take example of kangaroos. So when you say kangaroos, you will immediately think of the place where they are mostly found. So if you know the place where the kangaroos are exclusively found, you can type below this video and show that you know where are kangaroos found. Then another animal I am mentioning, they are the kiwis. Do you know where are they found? Only type below this video. Then you know penguins. Penguins are exclusively, they are also a type of endemic species which are found in a particular area. These were animals. Type below this video if you know where is the endemic plant. Lychee. Lychee is a plant which is found in a particular area of India. Where is it exclusively found? So likewise, there are more plants and animals which are found and they are called the endemic species. So this is the explanation of the part which is describing the biosphere reserve and the components of the biosphere reserve. After this, the next topic is a wildlife sanctuary and the national park. So what is a wildlife sanctuary? A wildlife sanctuary, from the word, it is a smaller area. Professor explained that killing or capturing animals is strictly prohibited in a wildlife sanctuary. It is also like a protected forest. It gives protection and living conditions to wild animals. And people who are living in the sanctuary are allowed to do certain activities. So wildlife sanctuary is a smaller area compared to the reserve. In wildlife sanctuary, the people who are living in the sanctuary, they are allowed to do some activities, but they are not allowed to do some activities like they can send their animals for grazing. They are allowed to collect medicinal plants, firewood, and but they are not allowed to touch the animals or kill the animals. There are strict laws. Or you keeping the animals with them if the animal is found. Some of the threatened wild animals like black buck, so you can underline these names: black buck, white-eyed buck, elephant, golden cat, pink-headed duck. There are so many names. Gharial, then the rhino. They are protected and preserved in the sanctuaries. It is pity that even protected forests are not safe because people who are living around they encroach. So they come in that area and they start finding the place to live, and the animals are affected. So they have to run away from that place because they don't get the food to eat. So therefore, a wildlife sanctuary is also just like a smaller biosphere reserve, and you can mention the name of a wildlife sanctuary which is around you. After this, we will come to the next portion, that is a national park. So the link of that will be at the end of this. All that the whole chapter explanation is in the form of a playlist where you can just listen to the explanation and understand the topic by keeping the book. So all the portions are explained word by word. Just keep the book with you and keep listening to the explanation by putting the earphones. They help you to concentrate and watch the written part and listen to it. You will be able to revise quickly. So see you in the next class where we will do the remaining portion of the chapter. Stay connected and subscribe the channel. If you have not subscribed, you will get benefit of learning online. See you in the next class.